SBA Publications.
Hello, my dear students. How are you all? I hope you all are happy and healthy in your home. And I hope you all are doing very well in your studies. This is your mentor Suni Sati, and today with me we are starting our chapter number 4, and the name of our chapter is Windows 10, the operating system. So in this chapter we are going to learn so many concepts which are based on Windows, programs, applications. So let's start it. Here in this chapter we will learn नो माइक्रोसॉफ्ट विंडोज। माइक्रोसॉफ्ट विंडोज को हम जानेंगे। नो अबाउट फाइल्स एंड फोल्डर्स, फाइल्स एंड फोल्डर को जानेंगे। लर्न सम कंपोनेंट्स ऑफ एप्लीकेशन विंडोज, लर्न विंडोज एक्सपी वर्सेस विंडो 10 एंड वर्किंग विद विंडोज 10 एप्लीकेशन विंडोज। So let's start it without any delay. Here we have some question in warm up. So this you have to do by yourself with the help of the concept which we discussed in the previous classes. Now we have the conceptual part of this chapter. So there are many versions of Windows such as Windows XP, Vista, Windows 7 and Windows 8. However, the most commonly used version is Windows 10 and the latest one is Windows 11. Okay. Now here is a fact that Linux, Ubuntu and Mac OS are some other operating system also. विंडो के अलावा ये भी हमारे पास कुछ ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम होते हैं जो काफ़ी सारे डिवाइसेस में हमें देखने को मिलते हैं. So first is working with Windows 10. So Windows 10 पे हम वर्क कैसे करते हैं, उसे यूज़ कैसे करते हैं. When we switch on a system, a message starting Windows appears on the screen. स्क्रीन ऑन होते ही, विंडो ऑन होते ही हमें स्टार्टिंग विंडोज का एक मैसेज सीन होता है. A Windows login screen follows the message when we click on our user ID and enter our password. We see the main screen of Windows called desktop. So जैसे ही हम पासवर्ड डालने के बाद एंटर करते हैं हमें डेस्कटॉप की मेन स्क्रीन दिखती है. ओके, विंडो की मेन स्क्रीन दिखती है जिसे हम डेस्कटॉप कहते हैं. Now, this is how Windows desktop look like. Okay, and this is how window looks like when we are doing the login. Basically, it is a login screen. Now we have Windows desktop. So, in previous classes, we learned about desktop. The same thing we are going to learn here also. As we all know, desktop is like a study table. Okay, like a study table contains the things which we are going to use, okay, which we are using frequently. Okay, in a similar manner, here we can see that it is written we keep books or articles which we use frequently on our study table. Similarly, the desktop also contains useful and frequently used items or programs. So ऐसे प्रोग्राम जो हम frequently use करेंगे, रोज यूज करते हैं, ऐसे items वो हमें desktop पे show होते हैं. We see mainly three things on the desktop. Desktop पे mainly हम three things देखते हैं. What are these? Wallpaper, icons and taskbar. Now what is wallpaper? A wallpaper is the background picture that we see in our desktop. As we can see here, this is a desktop. Okay, and here what we are seeing a wallpaper. Basically a print, a picture. Similarly, we can change it and we can make it like this also. ओके, सो हम वॉलपेपर चेंज कर सकते हैं. वॉलपेपर बेसिकली एक थीम होता है, एक इमेज होती है जो कि हम आइकन के बैक्स में रखे हैं, लगाए हैं. ओके, नाउ वी कैन चेंज द वॉलपेपर ऑफ आवर डेस्कटॉप बाय फॉलोइंग द गिवन स्टेप्स. व्हाट आर दीज स्टेप्स? फर्स्ट, क्लिक ऑन द स्टार्ट बटन, देन चूज द कंट्रोल पैनल आइकन. सो बेसिकली कंट्रोल पैनल में जाना है हमें. एंड आफ्टर दैट step 2 is we have to go on appearance and personalization. So when we click on the control panel icon, the control panel window will appear. Now here we click on change desktop background, which is under the appearance and personalization category. ओके, बेसिकली आपको स्टार्ट बटन, देन कंट्रोल पैनल पे जाना है, देन आपको अपीयरेंस एंड पर्सनलाइजेशन पे जाना है, एंड आफ्टर दैट चेंज डेस्कटॉप बैकग्राउंड. A new window appears. This is the choose your desktop background window. What we are doing here, it shows a list of wallpapers. बहुत सारे wallpapers आपको display होंगे. We can choose from. When we click on any one option, we get a preview of what it will look like. और हम जिस भी option पे एक simple click करेंगे, we will see the preview of that wallpaper. On scrolling down, we can see more and more options. We can select wallpaper of our choice as per our desire and click on the Save Changes button to set the wallpaper. To abandon the changes, click on the Cancel button. अगर आपको ये नहीं पसंद आया और आपको उसे discard करना है, so you have to click on the Cancel, okay, instead of Save Changes. Now finally, close the control panel window by clicking on the Close button, which is placed just over of the window. Now we have icons. So what is icons? Icon is basically graphical user interface, small images. Okay. Icons are small graphic or pictures on the desktop with names such as computer, documents and recycle bin. When we double click on any icon, it opens a new window. Okay. So icon पे आप जब भी डबल क्लिक करेंगे वो एक नई विंडो क्लिक हो जाएगी, ओपन हो जाएगी. Icons basically represent programs, files or folders. Some commonly available icons on a desktop are described below. So कुछ icons यहाँ पे भी आपको describe कर रखी हैं. What are they? See, computer. So the icon computer help us to work in different drives and folders that store information inside a computer. So आपने जो भी इंफॉर्मेशन कंप्यूटर के इनसाइड स्टोर कर रखी है वो हमें ढूंढने में हेल्प करता है कंप्यूटर आइकन. Similarly, Internet Explorer enable us to connect to the internet. Recycle bin stores the deleted files only and the folders till we delete them. It is like a waste paper basket. So आपको अगर कोई भी आइटम अपने सिस्टम में नहीं चाहिए, you will delete it, and that deleted items will be stored in a recycle bin. Okay, and whenever we found that there is a need of that item, okay, that deleted item, so we can go to the recycle bin and we can restore it. Now if we have to delete it permanently, we have to delete the item from the recycle bin also. Now document, it stores a document or folders created by us which need to be accessed quickly. ये ऐसे डॉक्यूमेंट्स है, फोल्डर्स है जो कि हमारे द्वारा बनाए गए हैं, हमारे अकॉर्डिंग हमसे बनाए गए, जिनको हमने प्रिपेयर किया है. ओके. नाउ पिक्चर्स, इट इनेबल अस टू व्यू एंड ऑर्गेनाइज डिजिटल पिक्चर्स. सो पिक्चर में हम डिजिटल पिक्चर्स को स्टोर करते हैं, ऑर्गेनाइज करते हैं. नाउ हाउ वी सेलेक्ट एन आइकन. ओके, सो the color of an icon changes when we select it. We follow these simple steps to select an icon. So, icon को select करने के लिए हमारे पास step है, that is step number 1. First, bring the mouse pointer to the icon. Icon पे जाकर आपको अपना mouse pointer रखना है. Step 2, then press the left mouse button to select it. And left mouse button दबाएंगे so that we can select it. Now, how to deselect an icon? The color of the selected icon change to its original color. So when we select an icon, so आपका जो icon है वो light blue kind of color में हो जाता है. And when we deselect it, it get to its normal original position. Okay. Now when it is deselected, now steps for deselecting an icons are as follow. Step number 1, move the mouse pointer away from the selected icon. So firstly आपको mouse pointer away ले जाना है selected icon से. Then step 2 is click on the left mouse button once the icon will get deselected. Okay. Now we have opening a program or folder. How we open a program or a folder. Now once we select an icon, it can be opened by double clicking on it. So जैसे ही हम आइकन को सिलेक्ट कर लेते हैं, हम उसको डबल क्लिक करके ओपन कर सकते हैं। Also, we can right click on an icon and choose the open option to open it. And हम उसको right click करके open option पे जाकर भी उसे open कर सकते हैं. Now, what is taskbar? So, we have learned about the wallpaper, we have learned about the icons, and now we are going to learn about taskbar. Now, what is taskbar? So, taskbar is a long horizontal bar present at the bottom of the desktop. A taskbar has many buttons on it, such as the start button, speakers, clock. By default, it is placed at the bottom of the screen. So, by default, ये bottom of the screen पे placed होता है. We can drag it to the left, right or top of the screen. और हम personalize कर सकते हैं, customize कर सकते हैं, like taskbar को यहाँ से, bottom से, side में या फिर top में उसको place कर सकते हैं. If a program is already opened on the screen, its button also appears on the taskbar, which is called as the program tab. So, यहाँ पे program tab होते हैं, and अगर आपने कोई भी प्रोग्राम, कोई भी एप्लीकेशन ओपन कर रखी है, करेंटली आप उस पर वर्क कर रहे हैं, then that application will be displayed here also. Okay, are known as program tab. Now we can maximize and open a program by simply clicking on any of the program tabs. We can also open the windows of more than one program at the same time. Okay, so आप more than one program at the same time open कर सकते हैं. And the windows on which we are currently working, is called the active window or the current working window. Okay, for example, अगर मैं MS Word पे work कर रही हूँ, so the active window will be the MS Word only. Now we have start button. So this is the most important button on the taskbar. It is like a key to all the options of Windows. So start button में आपके सारे के सारे options होते हैं. It appears on the left side of the taskbar. ये taskbar की left side पे placed होता है, appear होता है. We can see here how start button looks like this. Okay, it has the symbol of Windows. Now, when we click on the start button, the start menu appears. The start menu has options that we can use to work with Windows. Some of these options are listed below. For example, shut down all apps, document, pictures, computer. As per the name here, it is written that shut down is used to turn the computer off. All apps is used to open a program to work on. Documents to open a document to work on. And picture is used to open a picture to work on. Computer is used to work in different drives and folders. So these are the options which are contained by our start button. Now we have files and folders. So what are files and folders? Like manually we have some files and folders in which we kept our documents, our important things, okay, our notes. Similarly, computer also contain some folder and files, okay, which contain our data information. So, a file is a collection of data stored together. A folder is like a bag that stores a group of files. So, files के अंदर आप data store करते हैं, okay, information store करते हैं, important things store करते हैं, and group of files को store करने के लिए हम folder बनाते हैं, okay, and और other folders और sub folders, and folders के अंदर भी हम sub folder बना सकते हैं to organize the things very nicely. Now folders keeps the file organized by grouping them. So folder की help से क्या होता है, हम एक organized manner में रख सकते हैं अपना सामान. There are like school bags which contain files in the form of books and copies. Here we can see this is a school bag. And this is a folder and this is a file. It is basically a representation how computer also store the same. Thus, whatever is saved on a computer is saved as a file. So, जो भी हम कंप्यूटर में सेव करेंगे वो फाइल के तरीके से सेव होगा. A file can be saved, renamed or deleted. एक फाइल सेव हो सकती है, डिलीट हो सकती है, रीनेम हो सकती है, चेंज हो सकती है. ओके, दिस इज हाउ एन आइकन ऑफ अ फोल्डर looks like. So we can see this is how we see the folder in a computer. It can be named according to what it contains. So आप इसमें जो भी contain करेंगे, जो भी रखेंगे, आप इसका name भी वैसा ही रख सकते हैं. These are some examples of icons of files. Each icon is different as it shows the software in which the file is made. So यहाँ पे 3 icon दिए गए हैं, 3 files दी गई हैं, उनकी presentation representation दे रखी है. Now we have some facts and activity which you people have to learn in your school. Okay. Now we have application window. So as per the name it is saying, now we are talking about application. That means apps that we will install in our computer that are not already existing in our computer. So let's learn about them. When we double click on an icon on the desktop, it opens in a new window. It is called the application window. For example, on double clicking the documents icon, it opens up in a new window. So, जैसे हम आइकन को प्रेस करते हैं, डबल क्लिक करते हैं एंड ओपन करते हैं हमारी डेस्कटॉप के हेल्प से, इन अ सिमिलर मैनर एप्लीकेशन विंडोज भी होती हैं जिनको हम ओपन करते हैं, but the fact is they are installed. Okay, now here we have a fact. You can also go to documents by double clicking on computer on the desktop and selecting documents from the library. So यहाँ पे बताया जा रहा है कि आप कंप्यूटर ऐप पे जाकर डॉक्यूमेंट्स पे जाके भी आप डायरेक्टली डॉक्यूमेंट्स पे जा सकते हैं, ओपन कर सकते हैं. Okay, because there is a library which is present on the computer. Now some component of application window. So to learn application window, we have to understand the components of it. Okay. So what are the components of the application window? Title bar. Okay. It will show the title only. This is a blue strip on the top. It shows the file name and the location of a program. Then control button which will control our file. Okay, which will control our window. So there are 3 buttons on the extreme right of a title bar. They are called control buttons. They serve many purposes. Okay. Now minimize, restore and close. So minimize button minimizes or shrinks the window from the screen to the taskbar. So full screen से वो taskbar पे आ जाएगी with the help of minimize. Clicking on the taskbar button displays the window again back. Okay. Now restore. It reduces the size of the window when we click on the once the size of window reduces and the button changes to maximize button. On clicking this button, the window reappears on the full screen. Okay. Now close button, it closes the windows. Now we have menu bar. It is just below the title bar. It contains the menu for different tasks such as organize, share with, burn and new folder. So menu bar contain करता है बहुत सारी चीजें. We know that menu contains so many things. Okay. So similarly here it contains the menu for different tasks. Okay. Such as organize, share with, burn, new folder. Now work area. In this area we are going to work on. Okay. We find the list of folders and files or a workspace doing tasks such as typing, drawing. Okay. So आप drawing, typing ये सब आप करेंगे अपने work area में. Okay. Now we have the picture of a application window. It contains title bar, menu bar, control bar and the work area. To shut down a computer, click on the start button and choose shutdown option. Okay, it was the fact.com. Now we have Windows XP versus Windows 10. So there are so many differences in a positive way which are between the Windows 10 and the Windows XP. Okay, so let's learn it. Let's see how Windows 10 is better than Windows XP. So we know that Windows XP is the old version and Windows 10 is the new version. Okay, so here we have the feature column, Windows XP and Windows 10. So shut down and start up. So in Windows XP, these processes are slow in Windows XP. Okay, आप अगर Windows XP में shut down करेंगे और system को start करेंगे, so you will see that it will delay. It is very slow process. And Windows 10 में ये very fast है. Okay. Now graphical components. There are not many graphical components in Windows XP. Windows 10 has lots of graphical components and is more attractive. Okay, so graphical components के बारे में अगर हम बात करें तो Windows XP में जो है वो ज़्यादा नहीं है, but यहाँ Windows 10 पे बहुत सारे हैं, lots of graphical components and वो बहुत ज़्यादा attractive भी है. Now drivers. It is necessary to install drivers in Windows XP. So Windows XP में हमें necessary था कि हमें drivers को install करना पड़ेगा. But there is no need to install drivers in Windows 10. Again, it's a benefit. Now reliability. Windows XP is not reliable as Windows 10. So Windows 10 के comparison में Windows XP जो है वो उतना reliable नहीं है. And Windows 10 is very reliable. And if we are talking about security, again, Windows XP is not secure as Windows 10 and Windows 10 is very secure than Windows XP. Now, by here, we have completed the chapter. Now, we are going to learn about key points of this chapter. So, Windows 10 is the most commonly used version of Windows. So, Windows 10 जो option है, Windows 10 जो है वो बहुत ही ज़्यादा यूज होता है. Okay? But अब Windows 11 भी आ गया, latest model. There are mainly three things on a desktop. What are these? Wallpaper, icons and taskbar. Wallpaper is the background picture that we see on a desktop. Taskbar is a long horizontal bar present at the bottom of the desktop. Okay, which shows tabs and the tabs in which we are currently working and so many more things. Now start button appears on the left side of the taskbar. We know it contains so many kind of things like shutdown, all apps. Now a file is a collection of a data stored together. And a folder is like a bag that stores a group of files or folders, subfolders. Now icons are the pictures that we see on a desktop. That was the key point of this chapter. On the behalf of the explanation of this chapter, here we are given with let's do it exercise, the back exercise of this chapter, in which we have fill in the blanks, true, false, and so many questions. Then we have an activity which you people will do in your school. Okay, so by here we have completed our chapter. I hope each and every concept of this chapter is totally clear to you. Now we will meet in the next video with another chapter. Till then, keep on learning. Take care, stay healthy. Bye bye.